Attention, ladies. You will never free your mind or your soul until you drop Abrahamic religion. Abrahamic religion was not made for us, especially, not women, especially not women of color, okay? It was made specifically for and maybe white people, supposedly, but I mean, their savior Jesus Christ was a man, and they seem to not, it don't click in their heads whenever, it's brought up. The Old Testament comes from the Hebrew Torah, and, the New Testament comes from the Greek, who were doing a lot of butt play during the creation of the Bible. They want to say that the Ethiopians had something to do with the Bible, creating it and all that, but no, they use Ethiopians to gatekeep the world, especially Black Americans, and they've been doing this since the 60s, since Haile Selassie sold out the country. Okay, they placed fake artifacts there, said, oh, it's King Solomon's temple, put some Kush marijuana in a cave and said, hey, this is where he was buried, and people just went with it. Okay, but yes, Haile Selassie sold out his country to get the title, or obtain the title Melchizedek, which means righteous leader, righteous something, but he thought it would give him some higher authority than emperor or king of a nation, but the trade-off is he is being worshipped by indigenous people on this side of the world. They created a whole religion off of this guy, the emperor of Ethiopia. And when he came to Jamaica to visit the people of Jamaica who created this whole religion off him, he couldn't even speak the language, which is crazy. He couldn't even speak their language. He had to come to Jamaica with an interpreter. Trade-off he got from the Queen. They created a whole religion off of him and got, indigenous people from this side of the world to worship him and worship them. Exposing Haile Selassie, Emperor Haile Selassie, the last emperor of Ethiopia, how he sold out his country. He was a Jesuit Mason, okay? He was really tied in, linked in with the Queen. Probably.
Many have asked, is Haile Selassie a Mason? Well, we know he was crowned the King of Kings and Lord of Lords,
I'm not really liking the volume here with that video. Maybe it's doing that because I was screen recording, but it is 17 minutes long, and I cannot, play that within my video here. So just go to my channel. You can find me at Kanaya Keem on BitChute, and you will find this video, Haile Selassie exposed as Jesuit puppet, and also subscribe to me there. Thanks. Rabbit hole that people need to go into when it comes to religion, Abrahamic religion, mainly women, okay, Black women, or women of all races, really, because this is a tool that's used to keep you a slave to the so-called patriarchy and men and the Zionist system at whole. Black men know this, especially Freemasons and all these guys who are a part of these occults. They see how this system benefits them, how they have access to every woman, but they want to keep the Black woman as a slave in the slave caste, color caste system. And that's what they've been doing for centuries, and that's what they've been doing here in Alabama, where I was unfortunately raised under the Jim Crow. Like, they act like Jim Crow ended in the 70s. No, these people held on to it. Those parents who raised their kids from the 70s, they instilled that into their kids, who still instill that in their kids today here in Alabama. There's still a lot of colorism, okay? Because I didn't pass the paper bag test, I get treated like shit, okay? And I'm not even that dark-skinned. So you're not going to get a Black savior. You're not going to get a savior at all looking like me when you have brown skin, okay? You'll have to, make a way for yourself, especially if you're at the bottom, where, going to college actually puts you in debt, Yeah, there's scholarships, but scholarships don't cover everything if you're trying to go to a state college. And people judge you for everything you do, anything you do, what you wear, how you act. Because I wasn't a male worshiper as a teen girl, chasing up behind one guy, writing poems, obsessed, and trying to fight over the guys to get his attention, automatically assumed that I was, gay or whatever, lesbian, when really wasn't. I guess, for the most part, I've always been asexual, but have been pressured to be a certain way to prove things to other people. But I'm tired, I'm tired. I finally at a point where I just really don't give a fuck. You know, really don't give a fuck. And I did this whole earthy, natural thing, phase, 10 years of like hippie, veganism, trying to prove to people that I'm, you know, really a good person. But nobody really didn't want to see that. They always just wanted to assume this and that because I guess maybe I am conveniently attractive or I don't know. Okay, you never know when you're in Alabama because they all treat you the same down here. Okay, all women are treated the same, even with these fat bitches. Okay, and they got you out here constantly competing. And I don't want to compete. I never wanted to compete against these bitches, but these bitches want to constantly compete against me, and I don't really give a fuck. Okay, I don't want nothing to do with these broke ass, sorry ass niggas that use religion to have this God complex. Okay, and they think women are just supposed to worship their ass. Okay, and chase their ass over some dick. Okay. And they really do hate women, okay? These black men down here do not know how to treat women, okay? Because they're used to being slaves next to a woman and being happy, a woman, you know, pretty women being happy next to them, slaving hard, okay? Working hard, you know? Not having any value or worth, not asking anything of them because they shame you if you ask for something, okay? They'll say that you're a gold digger for asking for a plate, like going out to eat. That's the average nigga, okay? And they encourage women to work, do earn, be independent, and all that, which is cool. You know, I see why it's important to be independent. You know, but you don't really need a slave master in your house if you're gonna be an independent woman getting, you know, your money. Like because these guys really don't value you if you're not what in their mind the top 10%. And if I'm correct, most of these guys in the South have the same mindset as Tommy Sotomayor, Tommy Ruckus, Agent Tommy Ruckus. It seems like everybody in the black community in the South actually do have this guy's mindset. Okay, they hate dark skinned women, and they try to reverse shit and say that, oh, dark skinned women hate me and stuff like that. But they really just mad. Tommy was just mad that he couldn't get what he wanted in high school, which is, of course, a light skinned baddie, good hair, whatever. Most of these black men really pedestalize that. That's what they always do. Okay, that's always what they've been doing down here. Like Jim Crow started it or whatever. That, you know, the whole colorism thing. Like hell, my mom, they paper bag tested me. Okay, that's how deep this colorism Uncle Ruckus shit is. But they keep denying that it's real, and they keep trying to silence brown skin and dark skin women about this topic and say that, oh, that's just a ugly bitch cop out or whatever the fuck. Okay, if it is, whatever, but we're not going to deny the fact that Jim Crow ended less than 40, 50 years ago and instilled in our parents that was raised down here, and they instilled it in us a little bit, and they kept it going, and y'all are keeping it going. It's been like that for a long time. Okay, yeah, Africans are not affected by colorism because they wasn't raised here in America. They wasn't raised here in Alabama. So why can't the people who actually experienced it talk about it? Why can't the people who actually come from parents of grandparents who were sharecroppers talk about that? And my grandparents are on their last leg, but I still can get a bit of information from them. And I've always been asking them about their experience growing up down here. Okay? I wasn't a like y'all. I actually asked my ancestors about where they came from and what life was like, you know, growing up for them. I don't understand why y'all couldn't get into that or why y'all didn't appreciate your grandparents, but I do. I try to. But yeah, they still got that. They have hard slavey. They got hard slavey programming. So, I mean, it's hard to appreciate them when you know that they are mentally programmed to be slaves to the day they die. Okay? But the reason why they want to get rid of women's rights, okay, to vote, to work in high places, is because they want to take us back to the days of slavery and make people work for nothing. That's what broke men want, just to have control over women. All women. And that's the reason why these broke ass men go overseas to get women who have 40 IQ. Like below 40 IQ and don't even understand reality, to have a slave in the house, okay? What came with slavery was marriage, okay? Was traditional marriage. Why are black Americans pushing for tradition, European tradition, when it's not our tradition?
It's not. It's not indigenous tradition. So why are we pushing for it? And why are we shaming black women for not wanting to marry y'all bitch asses when we know that y'all don't really appreciate us or really want us? Y'all think we're the ugliest people? Okay. Let us be happy by ourselves. But no. Y'all have to constantly shame us. I'm happy with my life, with my daughter, and my sister, and my family that I take care of. I'm pretty happy. But conservatives want to fucking make motherfuckers unhappy with life. Motherfuckers beg me to have my children. Religious people, of all people. And I'm being shamed by conservatives online who claim to be Christian about having my kids, which I was taught growing up that all kids are precious. I thought all kids was precious. So they're not? Of course not, because I read the Bible. But simple Christians, they don't read the Bible. But me reading the Bible, going through my spiritual phase, I discovered that, yes, the Christians hate bastards and hate bastard children. So you're going to be bashed for having your bastards for the rest of eternity in this realm, okay, by these demons that call themselves Christian. They're going to sit there and try to make you hate having your kids. And I'm not going to allow that, because I actually do love my babies, okay? And nobody can make me hate my babies. And nobody will make me hate being a woman. Being a conservative woman is the most self-hating thing you can be as a woman. And I'm sorry. Fuck all of y'all. And y'all want to sit there and talk about what free women can do with their hair, their body, whatever. I'm not going back to the plantation. And I'm not going to allow Tommy Sotomayor to take me back to the plantation. Tell him I said fuck him personally. Up the ass. Like he like it. I know he'd like it up the ass. That's why he do the shit he do. Okay? Personally tell him I said fuck him. Okay? And all the men out here who believe the shit that Tommy Sotomayor spew out his fucking mouth. I fucking hate all of you. I hate y'all as much as y'all hate me. All of you Masons, you freaking cult members, all of you, okay? And y'all don't even see how retarded y'all look out here fighting for the white man to have his power, not knowing that you're going to strip yourself from your power of access to the women you want to be around. But won't let black women have their freedom and power. Because I don't want none of y'all. Fuck y'all. Because a lot of y'all don't even appreciate quality. A quality woman. Y'all want quantity. Okay? When y'all see that we worship you, y'all want to abuse it and then want to push this thing for polygamy. Fuck y'all. Y'all don't deserve that. Okay? If I have to save myself constantly and then shield y'all and be front lines for y'all. That's why I let go of this fucking conscious shit, because it became one-sided. It drew me in when it was talking about the black woman's God. But I see y'all don't really see us as God. Y'all want us in quantity to be y'all slaves, to worship you. But we're not worshipped. That's the divine feminine. And they hate us in our natural state. They hate 4C hair more than they say we hate it. I love myself in my natural state. I wear my afro. I wear my twist. I do different things, okay? And they hate the fact that I'm experimenting with my look and doing whatever the fuck I want to with my life. They hate seeing a free woman. They hate a woman who can speak up for herself, who has a voice. They hated me when I didn't have a voice. But they definitely hate me now that I have one. So weird. It's just I was born to be hated. And I accepted it at this point. Okay? I don't want to be liked by anybody. Never want to be liked. And this is why I dress the way I do. This is why I do my makeup the way I do. It's not to attract, but I still attract. I've always been attracting. Okay? Since I was 12. And they didn't want me to believe that I need huge tits now when grown-ass men been wanting me since I was 12. Are you serious? And I didn't have any hips or ass back then at all. Never had this weight problem they say that all black women have. But, oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. And they hide the fact that there are beautiful dark-skinned, brown-skinned women in Alabama, but a lot of them have body dysmorphia as much as I do, and they don't come on camera like that or talk. Or some of them don't even have the mind to talk because of all the injections they got, you know, in their bloodstream. You know, they want to still push that these inoculations are safe when they know these things are not safe or effective. But okay. And motherfuckers want to play me now because I don't want to be a part of this whole black conscious cult that became a religion, and they made everything a religion. Even veganism is a religion now when it was supposed to be just used to heal your body. After you heal your body, you can go back to your regular diet, you know, normal diet. Okay? And no, all humans are not supposed to be eating just vegetables, okay, and fruits, okay. Some may be, some people are made to be herbivorous. I think I am, because I can't get my stomach to take full meals anymore. I cannot stretch out my stomach. I can only eat light meals, and I only eat vegetarian, pretty much. Been trying to eat meat again, but, you know, as hard as it was for me to get off of it, it's hard for me to get back on it. And people still just don't believe that I gained all my weight just being vegan. And just having my kids. And they want me to be ashamed of having my kids, to hide my kids. I don't want to hide my kids. But, oh, yeah. I'm political, too, so I have my own mind, so I gotta be afraid. I gotta be whatever. You know, as a woman with a mind and a voice, you know, who actually love herself. Yeah. Motherfuckers hate you if you love yourself as a woman. And that's what I realize. It's sad. I'm not supposed to love myself because I didn't make the paper bag test. I'm not light enough. Yeah, in Alabama. And apparently I'm getting close to 30, knocking on 30 doorstep. So like I'm finna age out, you know, for the pedophiles around here. So, ooh-wee. I can't wait till that day. Hopefully motherfuckers will stop approaching me. Motherfuckers will stop writing me completely after that. Hopefully. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Like, you men are horrible. And if y'all wasn't horrible, y'all wouldn't have to have this whole religion that makes women worship you. Subconsciously. Come on. The nature of man is sick and disgusting. And they cannot control themselves.
Look at it. The history of marriage is wild, especially since so many women just live for this moment. It was originally dudes just selling their daughters off. Men was offering money, land, animals. You just went to the highest bidder. Changing your last name wasn't cute. It was a requirement because you belong to him now. Him asking your father's permission, that wasn't cute. He didn't have to talk to you because you didn't have a say-so in the matter. It really went over a grown woman's head to her father because you just a vagina person. I'm talking to the person who makes decisions. Your dad walking you down the aisle, it wasn't cute. That was a human trafficking transaction happening in the middle of a wedding and everybody clapped. You can look it up. Like, changing your last name was not optional for a very long time. I'm convinced getting down on one knee and offering a ring was a consolation we created for women because, baby girl, that's the only thing you getting out the deal. When you look into history, most of what we romanticize today is just abuse.
Marriage benefits men more than it does women. Divorce benefits women more than it does men. Pay attention because I'm about to drop some game. Marriage is not goals. You know what marriage is? Marriage is a scam, and it's a way to trap somebody to abuse them forever and indefinitely. Most men will use marriage. They'll weaponize it. They'll be on their best behavior until y'all get married, and then the mask drops. Then he shows his natural ass in that marriage because he feels that you're trapped and you can't go nowhere, especially if y'all have kids. He married you to turn you into his mother. That's why he loses sexual attraction for you once y'all get married, because in his mind, you have taken the place of his mama, and he can't have sex with his mama. That's gross. He also married you to turn you into a slave and a maid and a mule. And if he loses his job, you're going to pay all them fucking bills, and he's going to take his time looking for new employment because you got it all. He can slack up on the bills because he knows you're responsible. And whatever he don't do, he know for a fact you're going to do it, whether you want to do it or not, because you're the more responsible one. And if he cheats, he knows how difficult it is for you to get out the marriage. You can't up and leave because both of y'all names is on the mortgage, on the lease. His name is on the bills. You can't kick him out the house. Go to the police with that shit and watch what the police tell you. He legally has a right to stay, a resident in the household, even though you catch him cheating. So you're stuck with him. He knows he could cheat and come right back to you because y'all are married. You got his last name and his kids, and you can't just up and leave. So tell me who's benefiting more from marriage while he's stressing you the fuck out. But baby, once you file that divorce, and once that judge grants you the divorce, and that judge grants you child support and spousal support, oh, he's gonna fucking hate that shit. And he's gonna hate the fact that he can no longer control you while living a double life and fucking multiple side bitches. See, to an abusive man, divorce means loss of control. He cannot no longer fuck you. He cannot no longer control you or tell you what to do. He can no longer tap into your bank accounts because y'all don't have joint bank accounts no more. He can't stay in your fucking business. You know you're dating other people. He lost that control. Men hate divorce. Ladies, protect your money, get a prenuptial agreement, and make that man get a psychiatric evaluation before you marry him.